Okay.
Hi, followers in YouTube. This is Carlos Arias from the World Philosophical Forum and editor of the YouTube channel. We are here today with, this prominent philosopher and scientist from Malaysia, Dato Filósofo Prof. Dr. Halo-N. Well, he has to introduce himself because the profile of this prominent philosopher and scientist is really impressive. Dr. Halo, would you like to introduce yourself to our followers?
Yeah, I like to introduce myself because this is the first time I have to introduce myself through your question. So I am Dr. Halo-N. I am PhD in philosophy of Al-Quran. I also the man who become the first Al-Quran scientist of the world, because recognition already been given by Gusi Peace Prize, Philippines. Starting from the interest, me myself, to know more about Al-Quran. I made a research about Al-Quran, especially coexisting Al-Quran and science. Because the concepts coexisting Al-Quran and science that already been stated in Al-Quran, what the Quran says, وَمَا مِنْ غَائِبَةٍ فِي السَّمَاءِ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Everything, all universe that already been stated in Al-Quran. So, I am the first man who tried to believe me myself and try to get the people believe in Al-Quran. Al-Quran is the mother of the book. وَإِنَّهُ أُمُّ الْكِتَابِ بِلَدَيْنَا لَعَلِيٌّ الْحَكِيمُ. That's the Al-Quran claim to the world, and the world must be proof. And who like to prove? Who like to prove the Al-Quran is very, very true? I thought nobody. I don't want the Quran become hearsay or mythos, rhetoric, but Al-Quran should be proved by the scientists until the proof, the proven that could be accepted by the world. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Dr. Halo. So, for our followers to understand, this interview will complete all the information and the content that we have been posting and broadcasting in our channels about science. So this interview is going to treat the science in a different point of view between philosophy and really interesting new science that is getting born with Dr. Halo, that he is going to explain to us right now. So, first question I have for you, Doctor, what is science? Explain our followers what is science.
The science is common terminology. All of the world know about science. Even to the child talk about science. Starting from primary school, secondary school, till university, talk about science. According to Al-Quran, we have to understand, once you like to know more about science, we have to understand at least three items. The first, the meaning of life. The second, prosper in life. The third, establishment of civilization and wealth. These three is very, very characteristic of science. Therefore, according to Al-Quran, and I conclude inside my mind, science could be defined as a process to elaborate the meaning of life in getting prosper, wealthy, and holy through the process establishment of civilization and ever.
and ever.
And ever. Establishment and ever.
Okay. Great.
Meaning that I try to convince myself to stay relevant.
I understand. Now, you define yourself as an all-Quranic scientist, but science tries to understand the beginning of the universe, and religion forces people to believe in a way the universe has been created. How can religion and science coexist under the same or under the name of all-Quranic science? How can they coexist?
This is a very good question.
Okay.
You are very well scientist. You ask me as a scientist, because this information is very, very important. We screen on to the face of the world, to the eyes of the world. We have to screen for the eyes of the world, because it's very, very important. For your information, Al-Quran is a book that's created by God to introduce himself through him, through his creation. So human beings should know the universe cannot be exist without creator, the creator called God. So the God will bring us a book, and hopefully we can utilize all these kinds of statements, including one called science. Suppose you talk about sun, you talk about moon, you talk about star, you talk about ocean, you talk about weaving, you talk everything. But you have to understand all these coexist as a science element. So inside the Quran, everything that already been stated by our Quran, something what I say, وَمَا مِنْ غَائِبَةٍ السَّمَاءِ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Everything already been stated in Al-Quran, including science, including economy, including politics, including family way of life, all the way of life. Because of that, I define science is a process to elaborate the meaning of life. The meaning of life that is a part of stress made by Al-Quran indeed. Therefore, we have to conclude Al-Quran and science could exist ever and ever. Something you cannot separate it between music and melody. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Dr. Halo. Now, science tries to reach the truth, right? Science tries to reach the truth through the natural laws. So scientists use natural laws. Let's say, for instance, Newton laws. Those laws works for physics, for example. Now, each natural law is applicable to each specific field of science. Natural law in physics can only be executed or measured in physics. Laws of chemistry can only be measured in chemistry, and so on. Now, do all the fields of science have any law or principle in common? I don't know if you understand my question.
Yes, I can read your question. In Al-Quran, I like to penetrate myself for a moment. Al-Quran. What Al-Quran says, وَمَا مِنْ غَائِبَةٍ فِي السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ إِلَّا فِي كِتَابٍ مُبِينٍ. Everything in the universe that already been stated by Al-Quran, that we can conclude all science must be one's principle. must be one principle, either physics, chemistry, bio, and the rest, including the economy, business, all science. You have to understand business also science, economy also science, everything is science. So the science really exists in Al-Quran. Exists Al-Quran. Al-Quran teach the people how to build up the life, to become the good human being, to become the good society and the good nation. All that supposed to create by human being all over the world. So the practice to create the harmony in life must be done, and that already been stated in Al-Quran. So the science Al-Quran is really exists through the simple principle like science.
Thanks to you. What is the principle that you said?
The principle inside Al-Quran only once. The natural is natural. The natural is natural. You have to get natural, simple, and accurate. Natural, simple, and accurate.
That's the principle.
Science, yes. Science is science. Science must get natural. Nature. Science must get nature through natural, specific, natural, simple, and accurate. Any such calculation must be simple and accurate. Everything you assume, you must be nature, principle, and accurate. That is the principle science of Al-Quran. So the principle science of Al-Quran is based on three items. The first is natural, simple, and accurate. That already been stated Al-Quran.
That's really interesting, Dr. Halo. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now, yeah, tell me.
I just mentioned what was mentioned inside the Al-Quran.
Well, actually, you know that I read the history of the Islam. I think it's really interesting. I like it very much. I think it is a shame that the Islam have bifurcated into two different worlds. I think there are three really. Different ideologies of the religion, but the original idea of Muhammad, I really like it. I really like the history. It's really interesting. So it is really interesting for me that you can find out science and the truth and the way to integrate humanity using the Quran. That is really interesting for me, and that's why I invite you.
Thank you.
I think that's something that our followers need to understand, and I don't know where else can they find this information.
I also, like you do, once I get the rooms like this, I have to put myself on the good situation to explain, especially I am looking your eyes. I am looking your eyes. You are very, very honored to me to know about Al-Quran, know about science. So I have to behave myself as a scientist and bring the opportunity to the world, know about Al-Quran. First. Second, I have to bring the opportunity to the world to know Al-Quran is the mother of book. That only claimed by Al-Quran, but never proved by man inside the world. Men have to keep quiet and accept the fact given by the Quran without capacity, ability, responsibility to know more and read Al-Quran indeed. So thank you, your inviting me.
No, thanks to you to accept the invitation. Now, Dr. Hale, according to the last answer you gave me, you know that you were talking about nature, accurate, and what's the other?
Nature, simple, and accurate.
And accurate, okay.
Nature, simple, accurate.
Great.
This is the basic principle of science of life. You have to find nature. You have to put yourself and your eyes, your thinking about nature. Second, you have to find out the way how to bring something to your society, your nation, your world, to get simple to understand and simple to make use. The product will be produced from the tool of science.
That's interesting because
the third is accurate. Accurate also very important because accurate you have to find out the way how to remove the dispute of the people. So you have to prove. Then your proof must be accurate. All right?
Sure, that's right. That's why natural laws and scientific laws exist. So scientific laws are accurate. They are truth because they can allow us to predict things. We can make a cell phone and we can have this conversation because the science use natural laws that are accurate, so we can manage the nature. We can make the nature do what we need to do. So we can transmit signals, electronic signals, to talk each other, even though you are in Malaysia and I am right now in Ecuador, because we use accurate for
Carlos, you have to pursue the second and third question. The third question is very, very important for me to answer. So now you answer you answer yourself. I am waiting your question to answer the your question indeed. We have to understand a lot of problems should be solved by science. The questions that already pursued by you in a moment.
Yeah.
Really. What I want to speechless. I cannot express. I really eager what you said about, what you asked me about, and I try to answer as a good man, even though I cannot speak English very well.
No, you do. Actually, you do. Now, the next question I have is, I've seen that in traditional science, the common good is not taken into consideration when developing new technologies. What I mean, let's say we develop a technology to a cell phone, let's say, but cell phone, we introduce new applications that help people to destroy their life using those applications, let's say, bad applications. We produce vehicles, even though they make pollution that destroy nature. And you have said something really interesting, that nature must be the scope of science. So this Al-Quran science can help to develop new technologies and at the same time to preserve nature?
For the first, I like to determine to myself about common good. Common good we have to divide by three. The first, everything that already been created by God and could be utilized automatically by human being. This no need to have technology. Apple, you eat apple, all right? You no need to have technology in terms of your like to be apple as your food. But a lot of things that created by God, something like timber, plant timber. You have to process the timber, become something. You can make timber as a house. You can make timber as a cardboard. You can make timber as a chair and table. But the process must be done, and you have to get technology. The third is one you see about common good, meaning that everything that and able to produce good and goodness for the life of human being. So when you talk about technology, you have to have idea inside your mind. Why? We have to change our food to make the distance very, very short. Why we have to change our food at the moment to make the time is very short. So the science can explain it all, and the vehicle already been before our eyes at the moment. I can talk with you a moment because technology. If not because of technology, I cannot see your face. You are very, very handsome. And I also handsome like you too.
You are.
So the nature and everything as a nature that created by God without any such explanation, any such research, any such, but could be automatically by use by the people. We no need yet technology. Have one thing more. Knife can be killer. Knife can be used by killer. Knife can be used by cooker. You cannot cook in your food without knife. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Dr. Halo. Now, let me see if I understand clear what you said. You said that technology is not necessary. That was what you said, or I understand in a wrong manner?
I try to explain about the natural thing that already been created by God.
Okay.
You not need to change the sweetness inside sugar cake. Do you have to change the sweetness inside sugar cake? So this kind of nature also include inside the common good. So we have to understand the common good is have the 3 degrees. The first, the thing no need to elaborate, then it can use usually and naturally. Second, the thing must be produced through the elaboration, deliberation of it to get a new good through technology. So, and Al-Quran see one more. Everything must be changed to become goodness for the world and for the people around the world.
Okay, I understand. Now, in order to make this possible, is there any relationship between philosophy and science?
Yeah, well, first of all, we have to understand what is a philosophy. I thought about science. I thought about science. Science is a process to elaborate the meanings of life in getting prosper, wealthy, and hereafter through the process establishments of civilization and relevance. Therefore, I cannot explain to the world a moment without the world know what Al-Quran says about what? About philosophy. So the philosophy is the soul of science. The philosophy is love of wisdom. Wisdom must have love. Humans have to have love. Wisdom also have to have love. That the structure, backbones of science to create something and should be practiced by everybody through the tool science in there.
Now, taking that into consideration, the scientists are trained when they are starting to become scientists in the university. Are they trained using philosophy? Because you said something really interesting about philosophy governing science.
I don't want to touch the people. I don't want to touch any faction. They are with their own style. But a lot of intellectuals around the world, from my experience, discuss with intellectuals around, they talk about our ICs really overlook about philosophy. We try to set science without philosophy, but we have to understand you cannot produce the vehicle without philosophy. Philosophy says you have to change your food, make the distance short, make the time short. So once somebody knew about, explain about, meaning that they can produce the called vehicle. Vehicle from the philosophy. Vehicle from philosophy. So the philosophy is very, very important for the science. Therefore, I urge all the world, don't try to belittle the philosophy. If the world have to have the new product that's supposed to introduce for the human being all over the world, and you have to understand the science is not mortal. The science is not terrorist. The science is the process to get a new product for harmony of the world. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Dr. Halo. Well, yeah, that's why I'm asking about if scientists are being trained right now with philosophy, because you have said something interesting. Science develop a new product. No matter, or science is not leading or saying the way that product is going to be used. And that's why I do believe that nowadays the humanity is destroying itself, because they develop new products through science, but they don't care about the way this product is being used. And that's why we need philosophy, because as you said, we need wisdom to use the product we develop, we produce. And science don't teach us about wisdom. Philosophy does. But philosophy, I really believe that it is dead nowadays. Since 17th century, philosophy is dead. And we are trying with this initiative of the YouTube channel and the World Philosophical Forum to revive, to bring back to life again philosophy through the philosophical method, understanding the way you do that everything in the universe works with the same principles, with the same laws. And philosophy has the tool to help science to or to help humanity, to teach us about those principles and let us understand the way the product that we develop through science must be in a way, in a natural way, as you said, in a way that is preserve all the entities, all the humankind, all nature. So that's why I really believe that philosophy must govern science for our use to the product science produce. What do you think about that?
Yeah, thank you very much. This is new contemporary idea from yourself, and I really care to say thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, because we got already a man out of the world, real life. The philosophy is very important for life. We cannot proceed ourselves. We cannot proceed ourselves without philosophy, because the philosophy is the soul of life, the soul of knowledge, the soul that must be revealed by everybody all over the world. You say a lot of scientists, or a lot of products from the scientists that already misused by the world. Yes. Why? Because they have no philosophy. They have no philosophy. If they have the philosophy, they will use the product of science with a good will. In a good way. No such illness all the world. Before at the moment we can see anywhere, because a lot of people misuse the translation of meaning of science. They don't want to find out the meaning of life. They don't want to find out the meaning of prosperity. They don't want to find out the way how to get establishment of civilization. Therefore, terrorists anyway, because of science. Because of science also, you cannot distance your feet. You cannot pass your feet without vehicle. Therefore, I accept your opinion and have to say, thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Carlos, because you are a man. The first man before me at the moment. You say something what you say there. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Dr. Hao. So we agree on that. Well, this is the end of the interview. Thank you to our followers to be here with us. If you have any doubt, any comments about this interview, if you had any questions to Dr. Halo or about what has been talked in this interview, you can write us through our comments box in YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook. Thank you very much, Dr. Halo. You can imagine how grateful we are to have you here with us. Any final words to our followers?
I like to say thank you very much too, and hopefully this is not end last. We can see and discuss more about the problem of the world, and WPF, Malaysia, and the world accept the fact your activity is very, very important to be seen by the eyes. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you, Dr. Halo. Thanks to your followers to be here with us. Bye bye. See you next time.
Bye bye. Okay.